Gucci. What's up, babe? Yell everything this time, you know what I'm talking about? Yellow rims, yellow big booty, yellow bones, yellow lambs, yellow MPs, yellow watch, yellow charm ring, chain, yellow living room set, lemonade Gucci shoes for my girl. My I'm sitting on sixes, no 20s in my gun. Look at this more than I can, because it is a lemon. I like them Georgia peaches, but you look more like a lemon. These sour apple bitter bitches, I'm not fucking with them. I'm truly stupid paid, that's just how I feel today. I'm moving locals, codeine serums in my lemonade. I'm standing in the shade and I'm selling lemonade. Since then I fight the going right off in the A. Lemonade, diamond brush, then put it in your face. Lemon head, diamond earrings I wore yesterday. I'm pimping wearing winner. That's just how I'm chillin'.
Yeah.
Smoking grits and selling chickens, Corvette painted lemon. Skull shake.
Yeah. Burr. Back when Gucci was making attempts to make some commercial music, found a way to do it. Man, talking music with Diamond Lee right here, Riz Radio. Download the app, Riz Radio. Shout out to Asia Cobbs, the founder, the movement of the app. You know, that's Dom period over there, the producer, the creative, the artist, the rapper, the singer. Man, make sure you stream Fly Away. Girl, you looking fly. Hey, what? I don't. No, I can't even say that. I gotta let him say that. What's going? Because how many more days we looking? How many more days are we looking? I don't know. You might think more, add some more. You know, I can't even say nothing. I can't say nothing. But I am poetically POETICLEE. And yeah, download the app Riz Radio, just a platform that's hosting two artists of their own rights, their own kind, and their own damn mind. Dom, what's happening, brother?
Lee.
Hey, you said it was raining over there. I thought we was gonna get like a rainy joint. My man said, "Nah, I gotta turn it up."
No. If I do a slow joint, we ain't getting through this.
Yes. He says we're going to sleep, huh?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That is definite.
I feel it. Energy, got to get the energy right. Speaking of energy and speaking of music with energy, you know, it never, you know, see, I knew that this particular artist was playing with us when he said he didn't have anything to really rap about. But I feel like there are things that he can rap about and that he may feel in his spirit to rap about. And you know, I'm gonna play something right here. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it right here. Now, granted, this was I was on Threads earlier today, and I came across this post talking about Andre 3000, and it was his remarks on Future's music. I'll play it for you and give you a little spill of that.
Okay.
And let me know how you feel, what you think of his take. Let me get into it right here.
Like, we Future fanatics, man, and we sit and we listen to it, and I said, man, Future makes the most negative inspirational music ever. The shit he talking about could kill a man like in a week, but at the same time, if you saying I'm flying first class flights on these pussy niggas, it's like that's a celebration. You know, we made our own money. You know, now everybody discusses, you know, the trap genre and, you know, that whole genre of rap, and they try to discredit it or, you know, make it bigger than what it is. And I listen to a lot of the artists, and one thing I can say is Future has a certain pain behind what he's doing. And you can call it soul, you can call it whatever, but to me, it comes off as pain. That's where it comes straight off as pain. And now I'm going to let y'all watch me balance the pain. And we're all on edge watching it. Like, yeah.
So that was Andre 3K. That was him. What was the article? I have to find and see where he was actually saying it in. But so Future Andre 3K was, you know, I thought that was interesting, a very poetic way of describing Future's music.
That was an interesting way of describing that, yeah.
That's man. Sure. Yeah. How you hearing that now? What's your take on that?
I mean, I get what he's saying, where it's like it's the most negative inspirational music out there because to me, Drake and Future are the same artist in different fonts.
Okay, talk to us now. The tape.
Like Future's just a Drake that was raised in Atlanta. That's what it feels like to me.
Hmm.
And then Drake was like the one I was going to be like, I'm going to be a little bit more commercial than you because you can kind of sing. But like, Future doesn't make uplifting music. Like, it's not like, he's not like, hey man, you know, this is my life and this is my thing. And, you know, I want better for you. And this is that. He's like, nah, go pop some pills, go talk to some women and, you know, make some money. That's negative inspiration right there. Like,
You know, one of the things Andre spoke about was as far as the pain in it, though. You know, and there are some Future, you know, that you get into those Future records where you know it's definitely the lifestyle records, right? But then the pain records too. And I used to say early on how Future is like he's like a Bob Marley aura essence for me because of how he can talk. And I like his reference towards the pain, right? Because for me, what Future does and how he when Future gets into his vulnerable bag, he's talking about something. He's talking about the women he's been with and things in his in getting to where he wants to get to. It is a very like trap. It's a very like hood and you know hood anthems, hood inspiration. You know, Andre said negative inspiration, but you know I look at it too like and that's what he was saying. You know, we can be fly and we down, but you know I'm also styling on y'all too. And I think he's had a great way of being able to craft records that cater to a certain lifestyle and a certain mindset with it throughout his career. The take on Future and Drake being what would you say? Same font, different style?
Same artist, different font. Yeah.
Same artist, different font is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. The only thing I think most people will probably push back on that is Future stays in his lane of what he does, though.
For sure.
Like, Drake, for what it's worth, has switched lanes so many times now that I don't know even what the original Drake sounds like now in 2025. In 2025, Future can go to his original sound and
for sure
and ace it out and knock it out the park.
Yeah, that's not a hill I'm gonna die on. I'm just like, yeah.
Both Scorpios, so it could be something there too with that. And being and letting the pain show.
We need to have someone on the show that knows all that stuff. We can talk about these artists and be like, and they're a Scorpio, which means blah 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 blah.
Yeah, very.
Because sometimes when you start talking about these artists, they're like astrologically bumping heads. Like,
yeah, tell me more.
I can't. I don't understand
it. Okay, got you. I mean, very, very vindictive. Yeah, Scorpios. You know, they gonna get their payback, man. And I feel like, you know, Future is definitely when he's doing the petty stuff. Future is the petty king. We're talking about two artists that are the like petty kings of
for sure.
of how they do whatever they do. You know, and you know, I think that is what makes them clash heads. You know, it makes them, you know,
they think too similarly. They're like, I know what you're doing, brother.
Yeah, for sure. and I feel like that's why, like, if it's gonna be anybody to hop on that Iceman album coming up, is Future got to be on that joint. They, you know, I mean, shoot, when you to look at all the relationships, you know, Drake has had throughout his career. And to think about the ones that's been the most beneficial towards him and most beneficial to quote unquote the culture. I love the Ross and Drake collaborations. I love them meeting heads. Though that Future and Drake, anytime they get together, it's energy. Yeah, it's energy. You know,
they know how to complement each other in a different way.
Yeah, 10 years ago, we get What a time to be alive.
There it is. I was like, it was something like that. It was the start of the Drake phrases. It was like,
What you mean?
I swear that man just speaks in phrases. He'd be like, more life to my brothers. Like, bro, just say happy birthday. Like, another rotation around the sun, King. Like,
You don't think that was Take Care?
I mean that too, but I don't know. I guess
YOLO?
it got more like,
I see what you're saying.
bro, come on.
Yeah.
You don't need to always have a caption for everything, brother.
Hey, that you know what's crazy? That was prime Drake caption. That is prime. That was 2013 to 2016 might be prime Drake. You're man, all the baddies, everybody's putting a caption down from a Drake song like right here.
Always.
Yeah.
I got my new captions just dropped. Ugh.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right,
that,
girl.
like that, and hey, even made him put it in a song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, what a time to be alive. 2015. Here we are in 2025.
Man, now I'm just like, I'm trying to think like, is that part of the thing that started to ruin social media? Like everyone is trying to have the coolest caption, because like at one point Instagram was just you like sharing photos from like your day. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I had a bagel with everything. I had everything bagel today. It was great. It's Monday, and then it turned into I only post every time I go on vacation, and then I also I don't post all the things all at once. I scatter them out throughout the year to make it look like I'm doing something.
Yeah, you got to.
And you get the caption. Meanwhile, their accounts in the red. Posted it from the McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, man?
That's a bar right there. That's a bar. Hey, I think there's so many different layers to how social media became what it became.
Sure.
I mean, from just the aspect of, I remember seeing really that LeBron era, and the reason that LeBron era kind of plays into it is because you had the Beatles. I mean, you had the Heatles. The Heatles, if you understand how like what Miami, what Bron and them were doing down there as far as winning, and it was Miami. Yeah. You had a lot of the NBA wives and the girlfriends pulling up to the game, and they were stunting a lot of times, which created a culture and created a new phenomenon of being able to be like, hey, I'm on the court side. I'm
courtside.
Yeah, I'm courtside. I'm living the life. We on the boats, we on the yacht with it, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So now it really started creating more of the Instagram baddie like inspiration, because now it's like, I want to, you're so close to having access to these people. You can DM them, you can see day in, day out their life. I think, to a lot of things, like, it's kind of what's taking, we talk about the mystique of artists, and we talk about just different things that artists have gone through.
For sure.
I personally feel like, seeing artists day in, day out in their life, Denzel said this to Michael B. Jordan. He said, you probably know what I'm about to say. He was telling about social media and being mindful of being on there. He's like, if you're there every day posting, why would they want to see you?
For sure.
On the weekends on the box office.
He's right. He's absolutely right.
Yeah.
If they're seeing you for free, because that's like the social media is blurring the line a little bit to where it's like now the blueprint is you're supposed to post every day, and you're supposed to interact with other people, and then you're supposed to interact with other people so they engage with your stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but when it comes to still trying to like have a separation between the art that you're creating and then like your life, becomes weird.
Yeah.
Because now you're supposed to be monetizing your life to sell the art.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's not it, guys. Also, we don't need to know everything about the artist, because that might taint the art.
Oh, we've thought about that. Does knowing everything about the artist taint the art? Oh man, it's a tricky line. I think it's one of the things that so going into our Will Smith conversation, right, and talking about Will Smith, I think it's one of the things that actually makes Will Smith was killing it on Instagram. Those first, like, those early, it's kind of craziness to think now, like, dang, 10 years ago.
I know.
How, like, man,
Still
it's kinda,
fresh.
yeah, it's like crazy to think of like, dang, that's 10 years ago. We was just on Instagram doing this and that, doing, but from those
Mhm.
2018, 2016, 2017, 2019, Will Smith was killing it on Instagram, traveling here, traveling over there.
Yep.
I think that made him, when he does it like that, I think it does help his art because he's doing it at such a like high level of adventure and high level of content
Yeah.
that it makes you want to see what's going to happen next with him.
Yeah, I think man, how do I even I think man, that's tough. Okay, hold on. I'm
Okay.
gonna find it. I think it's difficult to speak on him, and I'm gonna loop The Rock into it as well
Yeah, that's another
because
one. Yeah.
they are
Kevin Hart.
yeah, Kevin Hart too. They're posting their life, but it's not their life. They're posting their work schedule. So it's like you're not documenting the time that you're off of the camera.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not talking about I am, they're not talking about the reality of their life. They're just looking at all the highlights like, oh, I
yeah,
have this thing coming out. And
yeah, yeah.
The Rock and Kevin Hart, they're going to post the behind the scenes of making the movie because their banter is gonna sell tickets.
For sure,
Like
for sure.
you're not
Okay, so I love what you stumbled into. As artists, though, I feel like that's the key right there, right? That's the key
Mhm.
of being able to go viral, or the key of being able to be consistent is to just show the process. Rock
Yeah,
is going to show you him in the gym doing XYZ, like, hey, this is just where I'm at, right?
yeah.
Will Smith is going to show you, hey, yeah, I'm traveling over the volcano, but he's while he's traveling over the volcano, he's also shooting a series with National Geographic or Discovery.
Literally, yeah.
Kevin Hart is going to show you him, just ratting and cracking jokes with his team because it's probably a writing session happening at the same time.
Yep.
So as artists, us feeling comfortable, I like, man, boy, that I was going to joke with you the other day. I was gonna say, boy, that blanket was whooping your ass as you was folding it.
You should have. Go for it, man. I don't want to hurt my feelings.
No,
What's
no, I
crazy?
forgot. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I was like, but that blanket was, but I was like, nah, he got it.
No, you're the second person. My aunt, was like, "Why did it take you so long to fold that blanket?"
Yeah,
I was like,
he was whooping his ass, boy.
I assume that my blankets look better than yours. That's all I'm saying.
And you know what? That is, and I did not say anything because I said, boy, he folded it. I was like, I gotta wait to the end, see how it looks. Okay,
Yeah,
it looks good. It looks
it looks
good.
good.
It looks good. He
If
took
it's a
his time
fluffy
with it.
blanket, you gotta make sure that all the edges line up. The edges don't line up.
What,
It's like hiding the dirty clothes in the closet when you hang it off the back. You
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
it gotta look nice still.
You gotta look nice. So where's the line between for you and your art and your creation? Where do you see the line being on showing behind the scenes? Because I see you getting more comfortable with it, or you're getting more
Yeah,
consistent with it.
yeah. I was hoping you were gonna ask that because I was like, damn, I don't have the answer. I don't know because
Yeah,
I really don't know because I think it would be more beneficial for me as an artist if I had the forethought to, hey, let me record this while I'm making this.
yeah,
But like I don't care to.
yeah,
I don't want to do that because now I'm aware that there's a camera. And now I'm aware that all right, I gotta do the thing now. Like I don't know. Maybe I need to figure out what parts of the process to do it on. Because if I do it on like the recording side of it, cool.
yeah,
But now that's boring because now you're just gonna hear my vocal and that's it. You're not gonna hear the beat. You're not gonna hear the song.
yeah. Or maybe just having the tripod up and just kind of like letting it run for a while and not think about it as the camera's there. That's one thing this young generation like is. That's why they're like dominating the streaming era.
Hmm.
Because shoot, they just put the camera up and just, hey, we in IRL, real life time with it.
That's true. I mean, I literally have the webcam right here.
Exactly, just throw it
I
up.
make the music right here.
Yeah, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. That's why, man. I've been getting used to that for myself, just having the camera plugged in, having the
Mhm.
webcam on, and I could just be not doing anything, but just boom, let it be on, just so I'm like not conscious of a camera on
Yeah,
in the
getting
room.
comfortable.
Yeah, and it's just doing what it does, kind of like how
Yeah.
it moves.
For sure. I mean, I think doing this show helps with that for sure.
Yeah.
Like just being in front of a camera and speaking.
Yeah.
You know, because then I feel like I don't know. I think it's easy just because I think singing or rapping into a mic is a
Yeah.
little harder than just talking. Because at the end of the day, you and I are just talking shit, honestly. I mean, we get real, but like
Yeah, for
we're
sure.
not trying to make a statement. It's not that deep. But being in front of the camera and speaking for an hour every day makes it a little easier to get on your phone and make some content.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know the line. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, just being very intentional. Being very intentional as we can be. And speaking of intentions, man. We're getting close. We're getting close. Did you happen to check out that the new Clips song? So Be It.
I listened to it once.
Oh, you listened to it once. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do a dive into it. No.
Okay.
No. I know what it's about.
Yeah. Got you. Hey, I was just listening to him how this project was recorded in Paris. And I thought, man, that's why it sounds so fly.
Opulent.
Very.
They were really, really in Paris.
Yeah, very.
It's crazy.
Very, very, very.
Production sounded expensive. The only reason why I listened to it once because I thought the production was fire and I don't want to hear it again. I didn't want it. I didn't want to do it.
No, I feel that. Hey, there are times where you hear some music and you're like, you know what? Nah, I can't even.
I can't.
I can't.
Especially when you're in that creating mode.
Yeah,
bro, don't show me something that I can't. Stop that. Don't show me that. That's not inspiration at that point. You're flaunting it in my face. How'd you do that? Why you sound like that, bro?
Exactly.
We got the same sounds. I know that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's the other thing that's crazy. I don't think people, I mean, not to get off topic, but
no, it's also
I don't think people realize that we all have the same tools.
Yeah.
We literally have your favorite producers are using the same sounds you're using.
Well,
there are some of them that are out of a price tier. I will admit that. For sure. But the baseline of sounds, everybody got the baseline.
It's not like blacksmiths. Everybody's hammer just isn't a hammer.
I agree. I agree. Some people's tools work better.
Hey, some mics know exactly what to do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Some Pro Tools settings over the GarageBand settings are a little different.
That's very true. And
shout out to the artists that know how to really make some quality music on GarageBand and put it out, and you didn't even know that was on there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been Billboard hits that were off for GarageBand.
I can't
remember which ones.
Stacey Lane. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Stacey Lane's. I want to. Dang, am I thinking? I can't. Stacey Lane. I can't even. Dang, why can't I think of Stacey? From Odd Future. Hold on.
I don't know.
Dang, why is that? That's gonna bother me. Yeah, that's gonna bother me for the rest.
I have no idea, man. I'm trying to find it, but I don't. It's not a quick Google search. I'm not.
And I promise you, once I tell you the song, you're going to know the song.
Yeah, because I do remember it's one of those where it's like, really, that one? Oh, I know Rihanna's one of Rihanna's hits was a drum loop from GarageBand.
Really?
Yeah.
You know the song?
Umbrella?
No, not Umbrella.
With Jay-Z, right? Yeah.
Really?
It's not
Shout to the dream. Ella, hey. Shout out to the dream.
Man, the stories like that. You ever hear when artists or producers talk about how they made that song? I feel like it's the worst, man.
What you mean? What you heard?
Why are we like this? We all do the same shit.
What you
I've
hear?
done it. Because they'll just be like, they'll be like, so what's the story behind, for example, The Dream in that song, right? Because he made
Yeah.
Rihanna's part. He did that thing.
Yeah.
The story. Have you heard the story about him making that?
I don't. I mean, I feel like I've heard stories, but I mean, you tell me what you heard.
Because what he said was, he was like, yeah, I just, I went into the studio
Mhm.
and I heard the beat, and then I just went to the microphone, and then I did it all in one take the first try.
Yeah.
And then I walked out and it was done.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, why are we like this?
Well, I mean, I don't know. The dream is the dream. There are some people that I will not like. Hey man, you got it. Like it probably went down like that.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
when DJ Khaled talks about how Beyonce comes into the studio and does her part for 15 minutes, she's out.
Yeah, I believe that.
That
Yeah, I believe that.
I'm like, yeah, there's some people that like you've done it, the repetition so much, and you've done it so much that I think that is the issue though with this new generation. The only thing my issue with it is it bleeding onto a new generation where where a new generation now feels like, dang, I'm supposed to get it down in one take. No, it's going to take takes. Like that's part of the game. Like you're not going to just have this thing done in one slice and you're out. Like it takes the greats don't trip either. Like the greats do spend runs over runs over runs. There may be 60 different layers of takes that they've made. So you gotta be patient. I think sometimes now the youngest too, like when Wayne was like, nah, I don't write. And you would watch those videos of him in the booth just going crazy.
Yeah.
I think it did inspire a new generation to be like, oh dang, well, we're not gonna write either. We want to be like, when Jay-Z used to say he didn't write, right? It was kind of a thing where it's like, damn, but that's Hove.
Yeah.
That's
no, I
agree. That's
I'm with
you. Well, it's like when Wayne said he didn't write, it then inspired a new generation to be like, well, fuck it, we're not gonna write either. When Jay said he didn't write, nobody was running to the booth be like, no, I'm not gonna write either.
Yeah,
that was kind of just like, cool, that's you.
Yeah.
I definitely want artists to get back to writing.
I feel like Wayne saying that almost ruined the generation for sure. Because it's like Wayne didn't start that way. He wrote.
No.
You get the skill by practicing the skill.
Yeah.
You don't just you don't just decide I'm gonna become a platinum record rapper, one of the biggest in the game, and then not put any work in to get there. You're not just gonna show up and be like, yeah, I could freestyle everything at the top, first take, everything's gonna be great. No, you suck. And it's okay that you suck, but you're gonna get better if you keep going. So stop. Why are you're approaching this like you're Lil Wayne and you haven't wrote a song yet?
And I mean, to your point too, it's not only just about the repetition and doing it so much that you build up that stamina for it, but I mean, you start to learn like how words work. And I think that's the biggest thing to like song making. It all comes down to how words work together. What is the pattern? How can you say this? And I was listening to Joe Budden podcast, and he was saying, he was like, I wish everybody would have the opportunity where they had to go into the booth and they had to make a song and understand what that feeling is like. Because, I think some people do listen to songs that are so simplistic too, and they think it's very easy to be like, to say this or say that. But the tonality, it is like a puzzle to see how this word can fit with this word while also being on the escalator of a beat. A constant moving pattern. Whereas in spoken word and poetry, and this art or just writing by itself, it's just air. It can breathe, right? Yeah. Though when you talk about music and specifically even rapping, because even with singing per se, there's ways you can carry the melody where it doesn't have to
doesn't need a rhyme.
Need a rhyme, and you don't have to worry about sometimes even catching the beat the same way you would have to in rapping.
Yeah,
you can kind of ride the wave and the melody and the essence of the whole song. Whereas rapping,
but even that takes time and skill too.
Absolutely.
You're not just gonna hit and go into the beat and go into the booth first try. Well, your first try, honestly, you probably will. I'm gonna be honest with you. Your first try, whenever you do the thing for the first time, it goes really well. Do it the second time though. do
Yeah.
it the second time. Try to do that.
Yeah.
It's more difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah.
that's almost on par with like people being hey, you gotta do the food industry, hospitality. You all gotta do hospitality for at least a year to enter the real world. So you could have compassion and empathy. Because some of y'all it shows.
Not it shows.
Man, if y'all had to do one good song,
Yeah.
oh man, we would get rid of half of the internet.
I think knowing how having that moment where you got to go into the booth, you got to write this, you got to perform it, and it has to be cohesive, not just no bullshit. Yeah, it takes a different part of your brain. Yeah, that's why I love when Pharrell said, he was like, if you can write music and you can, he was like, if you can write music and make music, you can do anything in the world. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a lot.
Yeah, you're creating. It's so crazy that it's like widely undervalued somehow, and it's literally everywhere. That's probably why it's undervalued, but it's literally everywhere. They even have it on electric cars now, to where they don't even sound like cars. They play a chord. What do you? Someone did that. They do. You ever heard an electric car creeping up on you? It sounds like angels coming for you, brother.
Really? Yeah, I'm definitely not tapped into the angels.
It's honestly, if you're high a little bit in a parking garage and you start hearing that shit, you get a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Yeah, you get concerned. I'm telling you, man. They'd be like, "Whoa,
what in the world?"
Yeah, man. Think it's your time. It's not. It's just an electric car passing you.
Yo, that's crazy. Not that electric cars have. That sounds ridiculous.
I know. It doesn't. It sounds like I'm lying. I promise you I'm not.
No, I just, you know what? I mean, you're in an area where you probably have way more electric cars than we do.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. The other day I saw a Tesla that was vandalized. I laughed.
A Tesla that was vandalized?
Yeah. In the heart of Austin. Gotta love it.
What?
They have robots walking around Austin right now. Did you know that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, those have been around for, I saw those a few years ago in LA. Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
I mean, hey, you know, talk about the times that we're in and you know what that looks like and what that feels like. I mean, you know, yeah. I don't know. You know, there are gonna be some things in life where it's like, yeah, let the robot handle that. We don't need to be doing that over there per se.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, now we got robots on the street.
Robots on the street is a real thing, delivering you your goods, delivering your all types of stuff.
Yeah, they have that too.
Yeah. Man, have you heard the new Offset song? I know, no, you haven't. Yeah, I think it was dope. Offset and Cardi B released both diss tracks. Cardi B's more as a diss. The internet is so funny too because JID is on this new Offset record. This Offset record is crazy, by the way. It's called Bodies. If you want to find it, but a lot of the internet was saying, "Oh, JID washed Offset. JID washed Offset." I'm like, "Yo, do y'all know who JID is?" I'm pretty sure Offset was not worried about.
Yeah, I mean, that's like saying the sky's blue. Yeah, we know.
I'm pretty sure Offset was not like, "Oh, let me get JID on this record to not go like do his Jedi thing." Yo, I thought Cardi, and it brings a conversation in about Cardi and where her future, what's good in her future. When I first heard her Outside record, I was like, okay, I feel like this is going to do something outside. Then I heard Offset's Bodies. And I was like, yeah,
that's the one.
One of these people. Ridge Radio.
Before I
got money, I was in the track kicking doors, and I'm just being honest. If you want smoke, then we cook niggas up like an omelet, I'm just being honest. Throw me a 60 if I go to Magic or Honest, I'm just being honest. I keep a stick or a blicky in case it gets sticky, I'm just being honest. In case she know that I'm with it, I'm having this chick and this trick, and I'm just being honest. Who really getting, be honest? Hey, posture be giving, be honest. She real like a pen, I got rats in the bank, and these bitches be hooked like finance. I up in my rank, cause I got niggas spank, niggas, shh, that for this on them. I think these niggas forgot where I came from, cause I got matching with lake fronts. I pull up Porsche, I think I'm Jane Bond. Bitch, I got torches, this shit look like crayon. Turn into smoke, it's no bygone, no bygone. Niggas be biting, they biting like Tyson. Niggas got sticks, got glocks, we ain't fighting. Start up for water, and then start up for riot. Shoot at the club, and then shoot at your partner, then shoot at your block, and then shoot at your house. Feeling like Bobby, this my foot right good if I catch her out, cut his tongue out his mouth. I go to Saudi, they send the jet and 2 million to hear the words come out my mouth. Gold on my bang, bitch, I'm from the south. Fuck around and down, trying to get you some clout. Let the body hit the floor.
That's tough.
Let the body hit the floor.
That's actually tough. Hold
Let the
on.
body hit the floor.
Oh, I'm throwing some money to this.
Let the body hit the floor. I put $1 million into pockets. I pay all the lawyers free, I'm out the docket. Sleeping and dreaming, talking to the rocket. He told me go up, I told him that I got him. Go Saint Laurent, better misses what I'm rocking. Yellow the stone, the booger looking snotty. Walking in bitch, I'm standing tall, I got it.
I got it. I pick up a stick, aim at the heart, pick up a blitz, pick them apart. I feel like a pit, but all bite, no bark, quit the remarks. Little bitty bullet to go in the dark, unlimited pool when attacking the target. I'm tagging the toe and I'm tatted somebody. I'm breathing fire, burning, dragging somebody. If he ain't the homie, they promise a homie. Just hand me the hammer and here right beside me. I hop in a ride inside us a Hemi. The coppers behind me, the timing is shitty. Fuck. Why niggas shooting at Ricky? No running back and forth. He clapping the 50. He cracking the 40. I'm back in the city. I'm headed to war. Only warriors with me. Lord forgive me through whatever endeavors. It's JID, baby. I'm just a few letters. Take a look. I'm about to break a record. Put me in the books. I'm bound to beat the level. All about the effort. I'm putting in leg work. Early in the morning, count money till my head hurt. Niggas being funny. We could put them in a red shirt. 5 in your chest. Now you're Ant-Man Edwards. Live in the red. Live in the flesh. I manifest. $0 I could collect. I could look in the face of a threat. But never sweat. You sweet. Get out the streets when niggas doing a sweep. Swap rise. I'm bringing the Swiss. So Swiss seats. Mob Tazi. Coming with Keezy, Swiss beats, cops firing and niggas is ratting and eating cheese. Another day on the east, make them fall to their knees.
Ooh. Ooh.
You know what? Can I speak on this song real quick?
Oh man, let's speak on it, man.
I think this is a very good example of being the better rapper doesn't mean you had the better verse. Because I feel like Offset really served the song.
I thought so too. I thought so too. I thought that, you know, I think this is what happens, right? Offset coming from I think for the past few years, not even past few years. I think for one, when Offset was in the Migos, people forget Offset would go in.
Offset.
You know, yeah, nah, it's cool.
It's in there now.
It's cool.
Mama, I got it.
That was the one I always get in my head. But dog, I think because of the Migos being who they are, and I know this is the Migos song, but I'm just correlating it, is that there are times where I think people still sleep on their craft and their art and their rapping ability because of one, the dialect of their tone, like their actual accent. If you're not from the South or you're not just you ain't gonna get it. You just ain't gonna like Offset. I like stylistically what he does on there. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's starting off the honest part, the playing into the different ways you could say that. I think stylistically, these are the things that I think show me he's gonna be good for some time.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where when we looked at Lil Wayne and we're talking about stylistically what you're doing, and people are like, they're not feeling it. Well, what makes the difference? The difference comes down into also too, you know, how do people, again, same thing we talked about with Will Smith, stylistically, how you're doing it, how you're conveying it. I think Offset, his accent plays a heavy part, and you knowing how to lean into something. Actually, I think his accent, whether you can understand it or not, actually makes it feel so much, resonate so much more into like how his style conveys over.
I want to listen to it again for his verse,
bro. For his verse, not his.
Respectfully, I don't think I'm being shady towards JID at all. Like,
No.
he's a fantastic rapper, but when it comes to this song, like, the internet's wild if they're saying that JID's part was better than Offset. That's
that
fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy.
Yeah. You know,
Just nah. I mean, nah.
yeah. And they got the music video out too, which is crazy. Shout out to artists getting these music videos out so quick too. You know, nowadays. But I mean, you know, this was you know, JID. I think JID also has built up equity where sometimes he has the voice and the aura. I think it's JID is aura rapper, and I'm not. To your point, his aura of how he says something can helps him a lot too at this point of what he's built up in his equity of how he rhymes. He's like,
because he has an accent as well. He definitely leads into
Atlanta.
The way he speaks as well. It's just like on that, you know, I don't need you to be a wordsmith on that one, brother. I need you to get to it. I need you to get to it, brother.
I think that's a tricky one, but see, that's where Offset has a gift on that particular beat. Mind you, now JID's been on those types of beats, gone crazy too. But the difference is Offset knows how to do that beat where it's lyrical and club ready.
Yep.
JID is going to, I think, and this is interesting if we have one day do like a style bar, like who could actually who actually has the most in their bag. JID is super fire lyrical. He can do that beat right there, and it's still gonna be hard. But do you want to then hear that in the club? Do you want to still hear that and be turned and lit?
Yeah.
Offset knows how to do that and master both ends, and I think that's why I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna be good. Y'all talk about whatever he's going through with this relationship stuff, but he's gonna be good. Yeah, he's gonna be good. You wanna you wanna listen to the Cardi diss, the Outside? You might as well. I think that's so fire. Both your exes. I think that's hard. And shout out to Offset because boy, that's got to be pressure. Your ex drop her diss.
Yeah, another a great rapper from Harlem.
Not a great rappers from Harlem. Down.
There sure are. There's a lot of them actually. You know, Big L, the whole ASAP crew.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah. Jim Jones. Jones. who had another crash out at Summer Jam.
I bet he did.
I don't know if you saw that. I'll let you play the song then before I get and talk about that.
Definitely not Jim Jones. That's crazy. We're talking about good rappers, you know. We're not talking about anything else.
Outside niggas love an outside bitch, but be mad when they get some outside. When I tell you these niggas ain't shit, please believe me. They gon' fuck on anything, these niggas way too easy. Good for nothing, low down dirty dogs, I'm convinced. Next time you see your mama, tell her how she raised a bitch. Out on the pop out, cause it's hot out. You was playing games, hey, you on timeout. Out, where them fine niggas? I'm trying to find niggas out. I've been cuffed up too long. Let me remind niggas. Well, let's go wrong for wrong. Let's go leg for leg. If I can handle that, let me see you handle this. Do you how you do me? Bet you we won't speak again. Favorite player from your favorite team. He in my DM. I'm so small and tiny. He's so big and tall. Might let him dunk this pussy like he dunked the ball. I'm a big freak. Come and get a sneak peek. Back it up like beat. Till that thing go leak. Chloe called you king. It's cute. Don't get me wrong. I like him too, so baby, let me meet LeBron. I love Savannah, let me see what she be on. But it's plenty niggas, baby, I could keep it going. Look, Royal Rumble, this a jungle line, and some cheaters. It's clearly you don't give a fuck, so I don't give one either. I like my niggas black in country, that's just what it is. I can tell that he excited, cause he go from small to big. When I tell you these niggas ain't shit, please believe me. They gon' fuck on anything, these niggas wait too.
All right. We outside.
Yeah, we're keeping that one inside. All right. This is my thing. We talked about styles.
We sure did. We talked about styles. I don't think that song's bad. I just don't think we should have started with bodies. To be honest,
Riz Radio.
to be honest, bro. I mean, like,
I know.
it's a different energy. It's a different energy.
It's one you're looking at NBA finals and you're looking at G League finals.
Dead ass, brother.
You're looking
Dead ass.
at NCAA Final Four on
Yeah.
one end, and you're looking at
Mhm.
the real deal over here.
man.
This one, you know, Cardi, I love how you've been able to shape your life. I love how you are. I know she pop off, so hey man, it's all good. Don't shoot any shots over here. I will say that.
I'll say that she's representing Harlem well.
I will say that the girlies will love this.
For sure.
And then the girlies will go crazy too for bodies. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I will say this at the same time is, does Cardi sound like she's forcing it now? When you like,
I mean, all right, that's a difficult conversation. I wasn't prepared for that. That was difficult.
I'm sorry. I just listened because the first time I heard it, I was like,
I hear
okay,
it.
yeah, this. I was like, yeah. But then when I listened to it, I'm like,
Mhm.
there's certain things she's doing, like scheme wise, where I'm like,
You know, sorry, I didn't mean to
and
cut you off.
lyrically, no, it's just lyrically where I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I think you it's okay that you checked out.
Yeah.
Like, 2018 was 7 years ago, bro.
Oh, don't say that again.
Isn't it, like, I think at this point, like,
yeah.
that's 7 years.
I think what I'm hearing is that I don't believe her when she was aggressive, when she was being aggressive in that song,
Mhm.
but I believed every word that when she was being more sassy.
I believe sassy her for sure.
When we got like a couple minutes into it, I was like, oh, okay, you mean this. But I wasn't feeling the aggressive side of like fucking like even like Bodak Yellow like back then. Like I'm not feeling that. But I believe her when she's saying the sassy shit. You know, he's an NBA player, but he's in my deep. Like I believe everything from then on.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whew.
And yeah, man. X is dropping tracks same day. I love it. I think that's a lot of pressure, man. When your ex and the keep it how you want to keep it, Cardi's still her. That's still some pressure. That's still some pressure for Offset to deliver based on all the other heat that's on his head right now.
Yeah.
That was the one time you cannot drop the ball.
Because I might be wrong and where I might be misremembering this, but I saw something that she posted where it's like she sold over 1 million copies of her album already and it hasn't even dropped. In a pre-sale or something like that. Maybe it was copies or pre-saves, but I don't know. It's one of the two.
So
Riz Radio.
Yeah. So apparently, and this is interesting. Cardi B's new album reportedly sold over 1 million copies 3 months before release. Am I the Drama? And I didn't know. Okay, so this is interesting. Here go Don with some news.
Breaking news.
Cardi's new album, Am I the Drama, will reportedly include massive singles from previous years. That's going to be interesting if it's going to have. Okay, got you. Okay, I see what's going on. If they're going, according to chart data on Twitter, it's saying the project has already sold over 1.5 million total album units in the United States over 3 months before its release. But they're saying on this as well that it's going to include previous singles from previous years that were just out.
Okay.
Like her record, I'm just like WAP.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is reportedly supposed to be up there, and Up. Yeah, I mean Up, WAP. If Enough is on there too, Yeah, no, you about to
Yeah,
make me mad. No, you about to make me mad. Because no, I
I
don't.
see what they did. Now that you
Yeah,
said it out
like
loud.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah. All right. Yeah, sure. It's a million sold. Got it.
yeah, like what are we doing? Like,
Got it.
I mean, okay, so if me in the business, all right, let me put myself in the business, right?
Oh, okay. We're switching hats. Got it.
Let me-
You got the
I
serious
gotta,
tone. You got the serious
I
tone.
gotta switch hats. I gotta switch hats
All right,
because
all right, all right, all right. You about to go
otherwise,
down the path.
all right. If I have an artist and I'm like,
Yep.
look here, we about to put out this album
Mm-hmm.
next year, but we about to put it, but we're also about to include some of these singles that you've already had that done well
Mm-hmm.
and boost the sales of this because we know it's streaming era now and the numbers just do
For
what
sure.
the numbers do now. Am I doing that? Or am I doing
Yeah.
that for myself?
I've done it.
Hmm.
It's the waterfall strategy. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
If it works, it
and
works.
maybe I may, but this is tricky because WAP came out when? WAP came out in
20.
bro, that came out 2020, dog.
Yeah.
That
Bro,
yeah,
that
no.
guy mixed that song
WAP
in his
came
car.
out in 2020. Up came out in 2021.
Yeah. I agree. I'm on your side. just so we're clear.
No, I get it. I just
You know why that feels wrong to me?
talk to me.
It
'Cause
feels
I can't
wrong to
explain it.
me because that is an indie move. You have a song that's blowing up, it's doing well, you're releasing singles. Now you're releasing the song that has what? 3,000 streams with your new song that's about to come out. You do that because it shows people like, all right, now it's going to be more favorable to get into algorithms because it's a new release that already has a lot of streams. And then also, if someone clicks on your new song, that next song is going to automatically already play. So you're
Yeah.
getting more streams time and time again. It feels weird because it's Cardi B. And now you're saying that you have over 1 million albums sold before your album comes out. But really, it's because you have two songs that have over millions of views for the past few years.
Over millions of views. Them joints probably, man. WAP has probably done. WAP probably hit 1 billion. I ain't gonna hold you.
Let's see what it got on Spotify.
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. WAP has probably done something crazy. I ain't gonna say 1 billion because that's 1 billion is crazy.
Billion's crazy.
1 billion is crazy, but I mean WAP. That video was crazy, but WAP is okay. So yeah,
Oh, you're right.
come on, man.
It's 1 billion.
Yes, I'm looking at one. I'm looking at on YouTube.
1.5.
I'm on YouTube 1.7 billion.
It's 1.4 on Spotify.
See, man, I'm trying to. That's what I'm saying. That was a big song, bro.
That's 2 billion.
And Up is. I don't know what Up is showing on there, but Up is showing on YouTube Music 625 million.
Oh, just 714 million.
All right, so
Just.
right, so 1 billion.
Just.
So what we talking
That's
about?
hilarious.
Come on, man. What we talking about, bro?
We're talking about real numbers from an artist that's from Harlem. We're talking about real numbers from an artist that's from Harlem. That's what we're talking about.
What we talking about, man?
We're talking about A-tier podcasts. We're talking about A-tier albums.
I don't know, man. That
That's what we're talking about.
yeah, I don't know. That I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't even do what you will with it. I get it I get it that okay, the idea could have always been for these to be on the album. And this what this says to me is you have been trying to create an album for the past 5 years that has not been. This actually says to me you've been trying to create an album for the past 5 years that the label hasn't been happy with.
You know what's crazy is I have the I think I had the opposite where to me it looks like she has been working and the label's finally like, hey, you got to put an album out.
No, bro. The reason I'm saying that though is like, for one, they're milking the cow, right?
Okay.
So on one end, you can look at it from a business strategy like that. Like we're not going to put anything out. We're going to milk. You're the type of artist that we realize we're going to have to milk, because you're not going to actually give us. If we put out, okay, boom, you put out an album in 2020. WAP does what it. WAP is on there. You probably have some other songs on there. They saw the experiment of her first album in 2018. I forgot the name of it, but they saw the experience of that album. What was that first album? That first album, it's like clear as day in my head. Invasion of Privacy. Bro, Invasion of Privacy had Bodak Yellow, which they put that on there. Be Careful, Best Life with Chance, I Like It, Ring with Kalani, Bardia Cardi, yeah. Bro, they had
those are hits.
They had like I'm talking about big hits, bro.
Those are hits.
I'm looking at YouTube. All these ones are all over 100 million plays.
These are hits.
You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, if the label's thinking we don't need to like throw out a whole platter. We just need to like milk this one now at a time. You're not the type of artist where we make a whole project. I don't know. When they put that album together, I'm pretty sure they had an idea of she's the artist that we can make some hits with. But when they did what they did, I don't think then it really made them real confident saying, no, we're gonna milk this cow for a long time to come.
Yeah. Because people are gonna show up for Cardi B for sure. She's very likable, regardless of what you like, anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I understand it, I get it. But it's still, I still think she may have been working, but they said we're gonna milk this because you obviously not giving from my I'm looking at it, you're not giving us something worth rushing out right now. That's all I'm saying. Because these labels are quick to go ahead and to put something out to milk that whole thing and to run it back again too.
For sure.
In this era, 20 songs on it, like, man, people love doing that. You tell me 1, 2, 3 songs in 5 years you put out in
That's
this
not
era?
enough. It's not enough at all. Actually,
I don't know. It's and I'm listening to it, and I listen to this Outside record.
I'm going back to Bodies.
I don't know.
It has the energy I need right now, man.
Yeah, I think it's good for her to lean into, with this album being called "Am I the Drama?" I think it's good to lean into that. I think the stuff she's been doing lately, I think it's good to lean in. I think that's what's going to help her.
Cardi B has been the one person that is she's drama for sure, but like I've never been like, oh, I don't like you about Cardi B. For some reason, when it comes to Cardi B, I'm just like, you're a person. You know what I mean? She's not so far removed from like real life, it seems like, to where I'm just like, I don't like you. I don't never felt that way about Cardi B.
Yeah. Album cover looks crazy too, by the way. Sheesh.
Does it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. All right.
Yeah. Looks like the money is going to be on this album.
Riz Radio.
Real quick before we go, who would you want to hear on Cardi's album? Riz Radio. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Riz Radio.
We out. Peace.